you can see from Bukit Dinding itself, 350 acres, you know, how so many layers, right? So many things to understand about still. And that is the case throughout all of KL. Today you only get to hear about two, but you know, it will tell you what about the rest of KL. Cheras, for example, the Batu Caves area, etc., etc. Tepung, you know, all these stories are still not told about what is happening with our hills. Now the report has come out, so the technical part of the report, I think, you know, is there, but the idea about sharing all this is to share about the human experience and why it matters. Okay? So just starting here, just a quick intro, right? FOBK, it came out of the Taman Tun Residents Association, because Taman Tun is right next to Bukit Kiara. A lot of residents were walking up Bukit Kiara. After a while, they realized, hey, we need to take care of this place. So they created this NGO. They were registered in 2014. Okay? So our overall mission, gazetted of Bukit Kiara, partially achieved, but still some more to go. Okay? And then long-term conservation of this place. Where is it? So, okay, laser pointer doesn't work. Anyway, so you can see in KL, this is KLGCC, right? And Bukit Kiara is up here. This is 400 acres basically. Okay, the green part is what is already gazetted as a Taman Persekutuan. The red part is what is expected to be gazetted. Why? This was all federal land acquired by federal government. This was also federal land, but it was leased out to Miasat actually. Miasat. Back then in the 90s, potentially for a broadcast center at that point in time. Why? Because at that point in time, there was some complicated deal about Commonwealth Games, etc. They needed some help to build some sports facilities here. So Miasat was, the owners of Miasat would basically ask, hey, we give you this, can you help to build some of these things? And also Bukit Jalil. That's kind of a backstory of what happened. Okay, so Miasat has a lease here, but this lease is expiring 2027. The federal government has promised that they will let this lease expire and then gazette the rest. Okay, so we will hold on to that promise. But that's why we continue working hard, because we want to make sure that this promise is kept. Okay? Now, what is the importance of this gazettement? I just want to share with you. Actually, Bukit Kiara the origin was Bukit Kiara Estate, which was 1,600 acres. Okay? It was all of this, Science Center, Intan, Securities Commission, all this stuff that you can see, all of this, the dotted one was 1,600 acres. That was Bukit Kiara Estate, rubber plantation, owned by Ng Chin Siu family, okay? Siu and Sons. Acquired by the federal government in the 70s for public purpose. Okay? Supposed to become botanical gardens, national arboretum, and also Pusara Negara for national heroes. Yeah, something like Arlington National Cemetery in Washington DC. Very quickly, the Pesong already. Suddenly, you got KLGCC, golf course. This is supposedly the most premium golf course in the country. Where's the public purpose? No. Public can walk in and ask to play as long as you pay. Okay? So that is the public purpose. Then you got KGA, Club Golf Perkhidmatan Awam. Okay? Public purpose? Yes, for civil servants to play golf. Okay? So 2 golf courses already. Then some of it was used for institutional. So like Intan is the National Training Center, Securities Commission, National Science Center. Okay, that's fine. So, but all of this was taken. So this was left 400 acres. Yeah, and FOBK basically was advocating, please gazette this what is left. So finally in 2020, NIO worked very hard, managed to get this gazetted, and the remainder is supposed to be gazetted in 2027. You will ask me, where is Taman Rimba Kiara? Taman Rimba Kiara is right here. This bottom section is not part of this Taman Persekutuan Bukit Kiara. It is 25 acres here. That was a separate story lah. But FOBK is also, it's part of our mission, basically to protect and conserve this area and also advocate for long-term conservation of Taman Rimba Kiara, including housing for the longhouses. Okay, so next one. This is the whole story lah. Okay, now you can see this is Taman Persekutuan Bukit Kiara, and this is Taman Rimba Kiara. So 400 acres, 25 acres. Now, what is the importance of Taman Persekutuan? Actually, in the country, there is no other Taman Persekutuan. Now there is, but previously didn't have. Okay, there was only Taman Negara and Taman Negeri. So the concept of Taman Persekutuan is new. This was the first Taman Persekutuan created in the country. In 2020, can you believe that? 60 years of Merdeka, only in 2020 we got one Taman Persekutuan. Okay? Now there's one more in Terengganu. On the back of this successful gazettement, there's one more now in Terengganu. Okay? Taman Persekutuan. Now, the question is, okay, we have Taman Persekutuan. What is the meaning of a Taman Persekutuan? Apa maknanya? What do we want to see for a Taman Persekutuan? If we go overseas to developed countries, when you say a national park or federal park, you know it's a federal park. You don't have big condos around it, right? You can feel that this is a park. This is a place for the public. This is a sanctuary, right? Yes. So that is what we are trying to push for here. I mean, the government that was in place in 2020, they did part of it already by getting it gazetted. And now it is about continuing the work to try to ensure that this is sustainable. Okay? Now, so what's in the Green Lamp? All kinds of stuff. Importantly, source of 3 rivers. Sungai Penchala, Sungai Kayu Arak, Sungai Toba. 3 rivers flow out of Taman Persekutuan Bukit Kiara. Okay? That we don't draw water from it, but it is an important sponge, right? Because all this water flows out. Yes. We already have problems. Okay? Sungai Toba flows out into Segambut Dalam, and then further down into KL. Some of the floods in KL, which we have seen, some of it is contributed by Sungai Toba. Why? Because of all the development that's happening here. Up here. You see that one? Right at the top there? This is outside of the gazetted federal park. But this is part of the larger Kiara ecosystem. And all of this is Sungai Toba starts from here, flows down that way into Segambut. See Mount Kiara is here, right? Sungai Toba flows down here like that. Nowadays, if you go to this area, Sungai Toba is like some muddy, you can barely see what the stream is. Yeah? Because of that development there. Okay. So, what else? 3 minutes. Wow, there's a lot of stuff to go, man. But anyway, it's been regenerated. The important thing is that from a rubber estate, it was replanted, yeah, by a friend. Over the years, 30,000 trees were replanted. And because of that, biodiversity returned to this area. That is the crazy part, okay? Because after a few years of all the replanting, this is what we have now. More than 70 bird species, 9 firefly species, more than Kuala Selangor. Kuala Selangor only has 4 species. Look at all the biodiversity that we have discovered over these years, including pangolins. But please don't tell the poachers. We have published a booklet, okay, which contains story line. Yeah? This committee, these are our pillars. All these people, all of them are volunteers. We only have one permanent staff. And this permanent staff is a Malaysian who studied at Monash University. She's a tropical environmental biologist. whatever money we have, we devote to paying her salary. Because we want to give a career pathway to young Malaysians to work in this area. Okay? These are our partners. So, we try to do a lot of, our conservation work is a lot of outreach. We're trying to, reach out to people. We do publications. We try to do a science-based approach where we work with all universities to write research papers about Bukit Kiara. Now, the result of all that, so we collaborate with government landscape, the park administrator. Okay? So we do a lot of work with them, signages, bomba rescue markers. We guide bomba on where to put all these markers in trail, because otherwise you get people calling bomba, hey, I'm lost, I'm injured, come and find me. And bomba says, how to find you? So we put this in place. Now, bomba just says, where are you? Which marker are you? And we come and get you. Right? So, a lot of this work is going on. Now, this, I just want to show you, this is the Firefly project. Okay? Kuala Selangor has 4 species of fireflies. In Bukit Kiara, we have now discovered 9 species of fireflies. Okay? And we also have the largest species of fireflies in the world in Bukit Kiara. Okay? It is so big, the firefly species is so big, this one is so big that it can't even fly. Really? Okay, it's a story in energy conservation. Nature tells us all these stories. The firefly focuses so much on being able to reproduce that it doesn't develop wings even. But it is a firefly because it's luminous. Okay? So this work has been going on. We gave free Monash University to the scientists there to come and work with citizen scientists, volunteers, teach them how to identify fireflies. Okay? We run a baseline study. Every month we collect data, okay, to look at, to count the fireflies. And for example, with JLN, we've told them, look, you cannot just clear away all the leaves. You have to leave the biomass there, because that's where the fireflies thrive. Okay? So a lot of work going on. This one very important. This is a baseline data. This red stuff is a heat map of firefly colonies. Okay? But we haven't surveyed everything. This is just one of the trails. Now, what happens is, Iceland started doing work. They got Sun Dhabi to start doing work here. Okay? We told them, please be careful. You're right at the edge of where one of the highest proliferation of firefly colonies. They said, okay, noted. Okay. We told them you need a buffer. You know what they did? They planted one line of bushes as a buffer. Okay? So we continue collecting data over the 2 years that they did work. Over 2 years you can see less and less. Okay? Documented data. You see, 2022, 2023, less, and 2024, a lot less in that area. Okay? Incidentally, that's the reason why I'm in Woods, because Dato' Mana decided to go blogging today. So we met her there. This one is another project, tree planting. Okay? Now, why do we do all this? Because basically, same point as Adri has made. Tak kenal, tak cinta. So these programs are there because actually a lot of people are interested. They want to learn. They want to access. Then some folks don't like to come and do fireflies at night. So, but they like planting. So we try to run all these programs so that folks can come and engage with the park. Right? Now, one big challenge that we have, this is our area, I won't talk about that for now, is a buffer zone. Okay? So, here, the red part is where the park is. Here, this is where the Ice Langor water tank was, where we saw the issues. All of this is Sun Dhabi. And we have told Sun Dhabi, you guys need to think about what you're doing here, these parcels. And we have also told DBKL, multiple mayors. We have already said, this, number one, this is a federal park. Okay? Suddenly we got this land before it became a federal park, but now it is a federal park. What do you want a federal park to be? You want it to have plenty of condos as well? Can we just stop and talk about it, please? Okay, number one. Number two, besides it being federal park, you've got 9 species of fireflies, firefly colonies here. You can't find it everywhere. You can build a condo anywhere, but you can't find fireflies here, everywhere, right? So, can we please just think about what is happening here? Do we want to try and conserve this? Okay. Now, the 9 species that were just discovered beginning of this year has not been sighted for 100 years. The last time this species was sighted was in Gombak in 1921. And the Monash scientists discovered it in Bukit Kiara beginning of this year. First time in 100 years. And according to Monash scientists, they think that they will discover species number 10, number 11, number 12, but they need time. They need time to do their work. If we allow all this to continue happening, we will be out of time. And we will never discover them. And these are all natural treasures. Yeah. So this is all about buffer zones. Now,
okay, I have to.
Yeah. Sorry.
I know it's such a very enthusiastic presentation and much more for us to learn from this. Perhaps Leon, you can share it online with all participants here, yeah? And we post it up into your WhatsApp or IG and all that, right? Because it's so interesting. And what was the outcome of the mayor's visit this morning? Can you share with us?
Yeah, she said she will come back. She wants to do a proper visit.
Great. And I promised her that I will also hold her hand and go and visit Bukit Kiara itself to watch the fireflies actually at night. So we're holding hands in case there's spooks out there, right?
She's very fond of you. She remembers you very well.
Of course. I was just talking to her yesterday. Anyway, so there you go.